Hi, Nana's thinking of you. This book is called Lily's Big Day. Lily's Big Day. One day, Lily's teacher, Mr. Slinger, announced to the class that he was going to marry Miss Shotwell, the school nurse. Lily's heart leaped. She had always wanted to be a flower girl. "It will be the biggest day of my life," said Mr. Slinger. "Mine too," whispered Lily. Oh, I didn't show you the picture. I'm sorry. There's her teacher telling them that he's going to get married. In her room, Lily practiced being a flower girl. First, she changed into something more appropriate. Then she held her head high and smiled brightly. She raised her eyebrows and turned her head from side to side and carried her hands proudly in front of her and hummed, "Here Comes the Bride," and walked the length of her room very, very slowly, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. "It will be the biggest day of my life," said Lily. Look at all those pictures of Lily practicing being a flower girl. "Who are you pretending to be tonight?" asked Lily's mother at dinner. "I'm not pretending," said Lily. "I'm a flower girl." "Who's getting married?" said her father. "Mr. Slinger," said Lily. "Really?" said her mother. "Really?" said her father. "Really," said Lily. "He's going to marry Miss Shotwell. He told us today, and I'm going to be the flower girl." "You are?" asked her father. "Did Mr. Slinger ask you?" said her mother. "Not yet," said Lily. I think Lily will be very disappointed if Mr. Slinger doesn't ask her, don't you? At bedtime, Lily's mother said, "Lily, there are so many students in your class. Mr. Slinger couldn't possibly pick just one to be a flower girl." Her father said, "It wouldn't be fair." "He probably has a niece," said her mother. "Maybe Aunt Mona will get married someday," said her father. "Do you understand what we're trying to say?" asked her mother. Lily nodded. "Are you sure?" asked her father. Lily nodded again. After her parents left the room, Lily said, "I understand that I'm going to be a flower girl." I don't think that's what they were trying to tell her. The next day at school, during sharing time, Lily said, "I've always wanted to be a flower girl, even more than a surgeon or a diva or a hairdresser." The following afternoon, when Mr. Slinger had recess duty, Lily picked a handful of weeds at the edge of the playground. She carried the weeds proudly in front of her and walked very, very slowly past Mr. Slinger until the bell rang. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And the morning after that, Lily went to the light bulb lab in the back of the classroom. She drew a self-portrait. There's her self-portrait. Me, Lily, the best formal flower girl. It's a pretty good drawing, isn't it? Mr. Slinger called Lily up to his desk during quiet reading time. "Lily," he said, "I can tell you want to be a flower girl, but unfortunately, my niece Ginger is going to be the flower girl at my wedding." Lily's heart sank. "But," said Mr. Slinger, "I also want you to know that everyone in the class will be invited to the wedding. We can all dance together at the reception. It will be fun." Lily's stomach hurt. "This seems really important to you," said Mr. Slinger. Lily's cheeks turned pink. You know, said Mr. Slinger, I was just thinking that you might like to be Ginger's assistant. You could stand with her and keep her company until she has to walk down the aisle. You could make sure her dress isn't crooked and that she holds her flowers properly. Lily considered this. You could remind her to walk slowly, said Mr. Slinger. Lily considered some more. You could wear a corsage, said Mr. Slinger. Oh, all right, said Lily, if you really need me so much. So she doesn't get to be a flower girl, but she's going to help Ginger, the flower girl. She was pretty sad when he first said that, wasn't she? She was counting on being a flower girl. Lily tried to get excited about being Ginger's assistant. Weddings wouldn't even exist without flower girl assistants, she told her baby brother Julius. I have a special responsibility, she told her parents. When her granny took her shopping for a new dress for the wedding, Lily told the clerk, a flower girl assistant is very important and glamorous. But when it really sank in that she would not be walking down the aisle carrying a bouquet with everyone watching, Lily pretended that her teddy bear was Mr. Slinger. She made him sit in the uncooperative chair. You can just stay there forever, she said. As the wedding drew near, Mr. Slinger counted down the days on the chalkboard. One day closer to the biggest day of my life, he would say. One day closer to the biggest day of Ginger's life, Lily would whisper. There they are, counting down the days. I don't think Lily's taking this very well. Do you? And still, at her home in her room, Lily practiced. She held her head high and smiled brightly. She raised her eyebrows and turned her head from side to side and carried her hands proudly in front of her and hummed, Here Comes the Bride, and walked the length of her room very, very slowly, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. The day of the wedding finally arrived. Lily hoped and hoped that Ginger would have pink eye or a bad fever or not show up. But she was there, and she was all ready. Her dress was straight, and she held her flowers properly. Are you sure you want to do this? Said Lily. Yes, said Ginger. Are you sure you're sure? Yes. Are you really sure you're sure? Lily hoped and hoped that Ginger would change her mind, but she didn't. There's Ginger in her pink dress, holding her flowers high. It was time for the ceremony to begin. The music swelled and everyone stood. The moment came for Ginger to walk down the aisle. Ginger didn't move. Mr. Slinger motioned her forward. Go, said Lily. Ginger was frozen. Now, said Lily. Ginger was as still as a stone. You can do it, said Lily. But Ginger couldn't. Everyone waited and waited and waited. No one knew what to do except Lily. Ginger got herself a little bit of stage fright, didn't she? She's afraid to walk out in front of all those people. But Lily knows what to do. Lily scooped up Ginger and said, Here we go. Then Lily walked very, very slowly down the aisle, her head held high, and she smiled brightly and raised her eyebrows and turned her head from side to side and carried Gingerly proudly in front of her. So she didn't get to carry flowers, but she carried the flower girl. That's maybe the next best thing. When she reached Mr. Slinger, everyone clapped. I knew this would be the biggest day of my life, said Lily. Lily was so excited she barely noticed the rest of the ceremony. There she is. I bet Mr. Slinger was glad that Lily was prepared. The reception was great fun. After the cake was served, Lily coached Ginger for the next time she would be a flower girl. I won't be with you at every wedding, said Lily. I won't be able to save you every time. Together they walked back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, very slowly. Soon they were dancing. And soon after that, they were joined by Chester, Wilson, Victor, Julius, Mr. Slinger, Miss Shotwell, and many others. It's interpretive dance, said Mr. Slinger. We're doing the flower girl, said Lily. Lily's family stayed at the reception until Lily was perfectly exhausted. But there's something I have to do before we go, said Lily. She needed to find Ginger one last time. And when she did, she said, Ginger, when I get married, you can be my flower girl. There they are. That was a fun story. I was a flower girl when I was a little girl. I don't remember about it, but I was. Thanks for listening. I love you guys. Mwah.